Wolf in the parking lot. Wolf didn't draw his weapon. He didn't feel threatened. He didn't expect retaliations because in his mind, this was someone he trusted. But that trust cost him his life.
He was in a shootout with a couple of guys from BMF, and allegedly the guy he put down with BMF is the one got close enough to.
That's crazy, bro. Full access to get
That's
close,
crazy, man.
Turned on Wolf.
Oh boy didn't even do no back though. Oh boy went through the front though. Oh boy did a front though, bro. That's crazy. That gotta be the only front though in history, cuz. You feel me? Like, just think about that, man. You shooting at the opposition, right? You ain't thinking like, oh boy, your friend who you basically told the ball man, you know what I'm saying, to give him a job. You ain't thinking he gonna take his job so damn serious that he kill you. Hey, so I can't even keep with y'all boys, man. Had a long night last night, bro. Been falling asleep on the couch, man. Me and my lady been falling asleep on the couch lately, man. You know what I'm saying? Just been working and grinding, bro. Like, and it feels great, bro. It feels good, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's because I'm an A-Rees or I don't know what it is, bro. But like, when I hone in on something up, I ain't stopping until I get it. That's how I know I'm gonna have that 100K sub by the top of the year, man. That's how I know whatever I want out of life, I'm gonna get it, bro. And I believe in the big God. You know what I'm saying? My faith is impeccable, bro. And can't nothing knock it. And don't get me wrong, my faith has been knocked before, bro. I've even had animosity against God. But it's like, nah, man. You know what I'm saying? He the big homie, you feel me? But anyway, I want to share something with y'all before we get into this reaction, man. We gonna talk about Diddy's former bodyguard, Wolf. I didn't even know that, like, Diddy or Bad Boy was supposedly going to war with BMF or something like that. But we're going to get into all that. But before we do, I want to read this to you guys, man. This is my 15th day reading this 2-minute daily devotion for men, bro. Shout out to my wife. My wife bought me this book. Yeah, this year, man, we just vowed to get closer to God. We put it on our little vision sheet. And we just want to be close to God, man. And I feel like how you get closer to God, bro, you got to, like, get in his word, bro. And it's more than one way to get in his word. You don't have to just strictly just read the Bible, which is cool too. But, you know what I'm saying, God has blessed us with technology, first of all. He's also blessed us with people who, you know what I'm saying, break the Bible down in little small pocket books like this, man. Get you one, you feel me? But let me read this to y'all, man. It's day 15, right? And it says, infinitely more. All glory to God who is able through his mighty power at work within us to accomplish infinitely more than we might ask or think. That's powerful, bro. That's very powerful. You feel me? Check this out, though. It says, God delights in surprising us like a father building an incredible treehouse for his child or a husband unveiling a dream vacation to his wife. God takes joy in doing things for us that exceed our expectations. He wants us to stare at him and wonder and realize that he is so much more impressive than we give him credit for. Often our dreams aren't big enough. We settle for a response to prayer that helps us just get by. Our Heavenly Father wants more than that. We convince ourselves we aren't worth his time, but he says, I want your life to be abundant, and I'm going to do that through you. The power of God is most beautifully demonstrated in his ability to exceed our expectations by working through us. Powerful, my boy. You feel me? And then a little side note says, God, you are so much better than I can imagine. I know that even my grandest request seems small compared to what you want to accomplish through me. Not for me, but through me. You dig? And what I took from that was, bro, like, I don't mean to have Bible study with y'all, man, but we're going to get to the content. But what I took from that was, like, God want to bless us, bro. You feel me? God want to bless us, dog. You know what I'm saying? We're his kids. We're his children. You feel me? Like, any of y'all who got kids, like, when you surprise your kid, you know what I'm saying, on Christmas Day, just think about it. You be more happier than them. You feel me? You be like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Look at it. He just smiling around that motorcycle. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you be more happy than the kids, bro. So, like, whatever you may be going through, man, like, just know, bro, it ain't over for you, bro. And just know that God wants to grant you your request, bro. But it may not be the right time. You may not be in the right place. You know what I'm saying? You may mess it up. You know what I'm saying? Why would God give you $1 million, bro, so you can go out and crash out with it? Why? You feel me? it's probably gonna harm you more than it's gonna hurt you. So why would he do that, bro? So sometimes he hold those blessings, bro. And believe it or not, when he have to hold them and we hurt, he hurt because he love us and he want to bless us so bad. But this is what you gotta know, bro. A lot of times what you be going through, it ain't even for you, bro. You feel me? Sometimes you go through certain things, bro, so God can basically reveal himself to you and you can tell somebody else who's going through that, hey, God got you. Now, Mark, like I said, man, we finna get into this whole Anthony Wolf situation, man. He was P. Diddy's bodyguard, man. Shout out to Dose of Mystery. Y'all make sure y'all tap in over there with him. And make sure y'all tap in on this channel too, man. Like, comment, sub it up. Ring that bell so you don't miss these videos, man. Now, let's get into the content.
Will push you further than your enemies.
This was about some gangster shit, you know. Some like this girl knocks Wolf hats off in the club. She was actually pregnant by Wolf.
When they came outside, they say,
What is she doing in the club pregnant? We gonna get into it now, but what is she doing in the club with child?
got the shooting, and you know, unfortunately, he lost his life.
On November 10th, 2003, Atlanta, Georgia was still riding high off its crown as the South's new hip-hop capital. But for Anthony Wolf Jones, this night would be his last.
They were at a party, and it was a young lady that was actually pregnant by Wolf. You know, she was over there with another dude, and Wolf said something to her, and she came and knocked his hat off his head, and Wolf snatched her up.
Wolf pulled up to Club Chaos, a hotspot in Buckhead, where the streets and the stars often cross paths. The club was packed.
First of all, Club Chaos, it ain't nothing good going on at a club named Chaos, bro. Nothing. You feel what I'm saying? I don't even think I would step foot in a club called Chaos, bro. That's like going to a city called Murder Town. Oh! Come on.
And the head of the infamous Black Mafia family, Big Meech, was holding court with his people. But Wolf wasn't just there at the party. Word is, he was chasing something personal. A woman from his past. An ex-girlfriend that was hanging out with the guy in Big Meech's circle.
But she was with this other dude, and she 3-4 months pregnant by Wolf. So she's with this other kid fronting with this kid, but she actually really wanted Wolf.
What happened inside the club depends on who you ask. But what's clear is this. Wolf got into it with the woman, loudly. Big Meech stepped in to protect her.
She comes, knocked his hat off, he grabs up. So Meech says something to him, but when do you start talking to Wolf? You know, like that.
Some say Meech swung first.
Also, Meech was super saver.
Wolf wouldn't back down. But by the time security broke it up, Wolf was the one getting tossed out into the streets. Now, the party was still going strong inside, but outside, the air was changing. By 4 a.m., Club Chaos was shutting down. Meech and his bodyguard headed out to their SUV, thinking the night was over. But Wolf and his friend, Riz, were already out there, waiting. Both were strapped. Both were heated. Wolf had
New York guys, man.
If anything, he'd gotten more reckless. Word is, they weren't just planning to talk. What happened next wasn't caught on camera, but the aftermath spoke loud and clear. Words were exchanged, voices rose, and then all hell broke loose.
Wolf decide to, when they come outside, he shoots at Meech and
What?
caught Meech in his buttock. If you get caught in the buttocks, you're going in the opposite direction. So,
Yeah, you get shot in the ass, cuz. You running, cuz. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with running, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? You live, hey, you gonna live to get your get back. You just gonna live. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather get shot in my ass than get shot in my head. You feel me? Like, no cap. So Meech did the right thing. Something bad, man. Oh! Poor Gump ass nigga.
you didn't want it. Meech ain't want to do nothing to him because Meech had enough people and he had enough crew outside that he could handle that.
They was in Atlanta.
Shots ripped through the early morning dark. Dozens of rounds flew across the asphalt. Shells bounced off pavement. Clubgoers ducked behind cars. The chaos was instant, aggressive, and loud. Meech had taken a bullet to the back, but was still alive. Then, a man that Wolf knew began to approach him. He was someone Wolf had brought into the fold, a friend, someone he had personally introduced to Black Mafia family as muscle for hire. That night, as he approached Wolf in the parking lot, Wolf didn't draw his weapon. He didn't feel threatened. He didn't expect retaliations, because in his mind, this was someone he trusted. But that trust cost him his life.
He was in a shootout with a couple of guys from BMF, and allegedly the guy he put down with BMF is the one got close enough to
Without
That's
warning,
crazy,
and with
bro.
full access to get
That's
close,
crazy,
the shooter
man.
turned on Wolf.
Oh boy didn't even do no back though. Oh boy went through the front though. Oh boy did a front though, bro. That's crazy. That gotta be the only front though in history, cuz. You feel me? Like, just think about that, man. You shooting at the opposition, right? You ain't thinking like, oh boy, your friend who you basically told the ball man, you know what I'm saying, to give him a job. You ain't thinking he gonna take his job so damn serious that he kill you. Oh, he loved his job. Like, that let me know right there, bro. Big Meech took care of his people, bro. He loved his job, bro. For real.
Blank, no hesitation, no warning shot, just cold, efficient betrayal.
When Meech came out, it was a brief little shootout. And then the dude that Wolf put down with Meech, the kid that was from Brooklyn, he was walking toward Wolf and them. So Wolf and them like, yo, I guess they like, that's my man and everything like that. But damn, now he working for Meech and them. And he shot Wolf and Red.
When it
Oh,
stopped,
my God.
2 men were down. Wolf lay wounded, bleeding into the pavement. Riz was already gone. He was shot on the scene. When paramedics arrived, they found a scene straight out of a movie.
Got him a
Bodies
2
on the
for
ground,
1.
Bullet casings everywhere.
2 for
Blood
1.
staining the concrete beneath the Atlanta skyline. Wolf was rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital. He didn't make it. Anthony Wolf Jones.
No, he didn't
was
go into
pronounced
Grady.
dead that morning. He was 36. The morning after the club chaos
Take me to
shooting,
Emory,
Atlanta
cuz.
woke up to a headline straight out of a crime novel. 2 deceased. Big Meech wounded. Diddy's former bodyguard gone. The news hit hard, not just in the streets, but in boardrooms, studios, and corner stores across the country. Because Anthony Wolf Jones wasn't just another name caught in the cycle. He was a known figure, feared, respected, connected. On November 19th, 2003,
respected,
the Riverside Church in Upper Manhattan filled with mourners, family, friends, Bad Boy affiliates. Sean P. Diddy Combs, who was rumored to pay for the farewell service, slipped in through a side entrance. No press, no statements, just presence. Strange, given they had been so close while Wolf had been alive, at least according to some.
Wolf was not really security. Wolf was one of the individuals that gave Bad Boy their starting money. He
Wolf was
getting
that guy.
Security check for Social Security reasons.
Okay.
And all that.
Okay.
Anthony Wolf Jones was born and raised in the Bronx, New York, a product of Eldenwall projects, the kind of neighborhood where respect came fast, or not at all. And Wolf, he earned his early. Even as a teenager, people said Wolf was different, calculated, cool under pressure. But don't get it twisted, he was built for confrontation.
As if he worked security. Yes, Wolf was a gangster. So Wolf was not really security, but he's security because who he is.
Here's how to never have to worry about money after
For
a car
sure.
accident.
For shit show.
Listen, if you have been in a accident in the past,
He didn't have to work he didn't have no schedule to work. Wolf just would puff at the party and at the events. You know what I mean?
He came up alongside
He was just his
Sean
man.
Diddy Combs, back when Bad Boy Records was more hustle than empire. As Puff built the label, Wolf was right there beside him, not in the studio, but in the shadows. Wolf wasn't just the bodyguard. He was a fixer, a protector, the kind of man who walked into a room and didn't have to speak to command attention. He was muscle.
A loud shout, and it was like, now what, Slick? Now what, Slick? Slick, now what? I looked over there, it was this guy, Wolf, that I didn't know at the time, in the middle of the party, and everybody running crazy. You know what I'm saying? It appeared to me that he may have did the shooting in the air, but I didn't know for sure.
In 1995, Wolf was allegedly involved in the hit of Jake Robles, a known affiliate of Suge Knight and Death Row Records. It happened in Atlanta. A party, an argument, a gun. Jake was shot and hit.
Why they keep coming to the city shooting like that, bro? I guess wherever you catch them at, man, that's what we gonna do with that, bro. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Especially when you playing with a check, man. Y'all gotta understand, bro. When you be playing with millions and millions and millions of dollars, bro, your ego be crazy. You feel me? That's why I just thank God that, he didn't bless me with them M&Ms when I wanted them. You feel me? He had to elevate my mind first because he cared about me. Like, straight up.
Police suspected Wolf. He was never charged, but some say that night lit the match on the East Coast West Coast rap war.
Did they ever find out who? Well, the guy that's supposed to kill him is supposed to be now.
Wolf?
Yeah.
Who was Puffy's right-hand man,
Yeah.
his muscle.
So these boy
His name
had
made
bad
national
blood,
news
bro.
again in 1999, Club New York. That infamous
Bro, so Bad Boy and Death Row, East Coast, West Coast, like, that beef was deeper than rap. So really, Biggie and Tupac was just like Diddy and Suge's puns, bro, because it was bigger than rap. Like, somebody actually died. Somebody else died. I didn't know that somebody from Death Row was allegedly killed by somebody from Bad Boy. I never knew that, bro. I thought Tupac and Biggie were the only ones who lost their life in that whole debacle, bro.
Night with Puff, J-Lo, and rapper Shine. Gunfire.
Oh, he was there that night too?
3 people shot. Wolf and Diddy were arrested together. Guns found in the car. The trial was a media circus. But in 2001, Diddy walked, and so did Wolf. Acquitted, loyal to the end. After that, Wolf was supposed to be done with the drama. He told his lawyer he was ready to turn the page.
When everything is good, everything is good. But Wolf was a boss. You understand? Wolf just wasn't no security type dude. Wolf had admirations to do things bigger and better.
But instead of leaving the life behind, he took it to Atlanta, the new hip-hop capital, and home to one of the most powerful street organizations in America, the Black Mafia family.
The Black
Wolf
Mafia
linked up with
fam,
Big
bam.
Meech, the face of BMF. Their friendship ran deep. Both were larger than life. Both knew how to move in silence, but shine in the spotlight. Together, they partied with rappers, hosted VIP nights, and, according to law enforcement, rubbed shoulders with some of the biggest names in dope trafficking.
You know, Corey is released now. He had admirations to own a club. He was trying to get this club down in Miami with John Sally's brother, Mike Sally. I think it was 321, 123, 321, something like it was over on Lincoln Avenue. It's where Jennifer Lopez gave Puff his birthday party at. So I think they had a chance to buy it, and Wolf wanted his money.
Wolf was never officially listed as a BMF member, but make no mistake, he was in the circle. Rumor is, he had even introduced the guy that shot him to Big Meech.
The dude who got
That's
close
crazy.
to Wolf was
That's
the
crazy.
dude that he put down with BMF.
That's
He
crazy.
was this dude from Brooklyn that he put down because he needed some money. He was a shooter. Yo, Meech, look out for my man. Put him on your payroll. You need somebody to do work for you just like that. Whoop they whoop. He did that. You know what I'm
That's
saying? And that's the dude who shot him in ribs.
Officially, the Club Chaos shooting was just another nightclub fight that spiraled out of control. Unofficially, the streets told a different story.
What the
first
streets
theory was
say?
simple. Pride. According to witnesses, it started over a woman.
He wasn't there. Somebody called him and told him that this girl was over there.
It be like
he
that,
came
man.
From where he was.
It
I
be
think he
like
was
that,
at
bro.
Atlantic City. He came from over there to come here to grab this girl.
That man left a strip club, bro. This man left a strip club with all these women at naked, bucket naked. He left there to go check a woman, bro, who was with another man. Oh! You left Magic City where all your dreams come true to go to Club Chaos and die. Oh! Make some sense of that, bro. Get in comments and make some sense of that. You can't. You just can't.
Despite being pregnant with Wolf's child, she was hanging out with someone in Meech's circle, and someone called Wolf and told him that they spotted her at the club. When he pulled up, things got heated and spiraled out of control.
I knew the young lady who they got into it with, and I wouldn't say she was, and I think Wolf was really in love with that.
He had to be.
We all just had a trip
died for
together
that, boy.
overseas. We were all Americanish, and so he was in his feelings about that.
Facts.
It was his girl.
So yeah, maybe it was about a woman, but some believe that wasn't the whole story. In the streets, trust isn't always what you can prove. It's what people believe. And when Anthony Wolf Jones was gunned down in that parking lot, one name kept coming up: Sean Diddy Combs. The theory that the man who Wolf once protected may have wanted him gone. The bond between Wolf and Diddy was deeper than most Bodyguard artist relationships. Wolf had been Diddy's enforcer for years, took charges for him, beat trials with him, loyal to the bone. But after that 1999 Club New York shooting, when Shine took the fall and Diddy walked free, some people say Wolf started drifting away. After the trial, Diddy...
Bro, I ain't gonna even cap with y'all. That's kind of the reason I want Puff to go to jail, even though it's looking real good for Puff right now. You know what I'm saying? But I want him to go to jail for how he did Shine, bro. You feel me? Shine basically was a real gangster, hang around Puff. You know what I'm saying? Puff always have had real gangsters around him. But Shine lost his freedom, bro, trying to protect Puff. And Puff, it's kind of like he just let Shine take the fall. And not only did he let Shine take the fall for it, bro, when Shine went down, Puff he just forgot about him. Like, Puff a nasty nigga. He a nasty nigga. No help.
distanced himself from the street element that helped build Bad Boy. And Wolf, he was the street. Now, on the surface, Wolf and Diddy had history. Wolf was more than a bodyguard. He was a partner in the grind. But here's where things get sticky. Back in the early days of Bad Boy, when it was just starting out, Wolf fronted Diddy $300,000, his own money, an investment, a show of loyalty. He believed in the vision, and he put skin in the game. But as time went on, that debt stayed unpaid. Wolf wanted to do his own thing, branch out, stand on his own name. So he asked for it back. No threats, no retaliations, just business. But Diddy kept giving him the runaround, excuses, delays, promises that never came through. And Wolf, he wasn't the kind of man you could play games with.
Puff was putting a battery in Wolf back, talking about, I don't need you no more. When I get this, do this Universal deal, I'm gonna give you $300,000 and leave you alone. He Wolf said, you could never leave me alone. You understand? He said, but them guys ain't tough like you think they are. So he putting a battery in his kid's back.
Some say that the money became the line in the sand. Wolf felt disrespected.
I don't think that mean that.
Loyalty only goes so far.
But we gonna let him slide.
Your bread hostage.
He wanted to move on, and he needed his money, I guess, that he put up, or, you know, Wolf said it was $300,000. You know, I heard from a couple other people it was probably a little bit more than that. But Wolf, I heard him say in the office, I had $300,000, man, when I first started messing with you, bro. I had $300,000. You understand? And I just want my money. I'm gonna stop thinking. And Puff said, yo, I'm gonna give you money. I'm gonna give you money. When I do this Universal, I think Universal deal or something like that, he said, I'm gonna give you money. And he said that when I give you money, I'm gonna stop with you. And Wolf said, you gonna always with me. And they start like wrestling. Wolf start.
I believe this story. That man just told the same story 2 different times, the same exact way. You hear me? I believe Gene Deal on that one, bro. Like, because if he was telling a lie, bro, I ain't know, something would have been left out. He just told the same story, the same way, 2 different times, bro. You hear me? Yeah, I believe that.
Roughing him over in the office, I was laughing.
When Wolf moved down to Atlanta, he wasn't just relocating. He was building new alliances, getting close to Big Meech, linking up with BMF, making moves without Diddy.
You know what I'm saying? But they had relationships. They traveled went to Africa and hung out on boats and stuff like that.
Some folks say that didn't sit right. There's talk Diddy felt exposed, so Diddy reached out to Big Meech and talked about hiring them as his new muscle, icing Wolf out.
But Wolf don't care. He said, yo, them niggas ain't like that. I'm telling you. He ain't like that. You understand? What Paul was talking about, I don't need you no more. I don't need you no more. You understand? I'm good.
And right before Wolf was a former Bad Boy exec filed a lawsuit that pulled everything back up. Said Diddy had ordered Wolf to kill Robles in the first place. And got in writing in court. And weeks later, Wolf was... Coincidence? Maybe. But for some, the timing was too perfect. Not only that, but rumors also began to spread that Wolf wasn't just Diddy's bodyguard. He was the real father of Justin Combs, Diddy's oldest son.
I know you lying. Bro, I always wonder why he looks nothing like Puff, bro. He kinda do look...
Born in 1993, around the time when Wolf was closest to Diddy, working security, moving in the Bad Boy circle, and protecting the empire from the ground up. And the mother, Misa Hilton, a stylist and designer with ties to both men. People close to the situation noticed noted the resemblance, and most of all, they remembered how personal things started to feel between Wolf and Diddy in the years that followed.
How do your son look just like your best friend / bodyguard / man who gave you $300,000 help back?
How your son look just like your best friend, cuz? Come on. I can see your son looking just like your brother. I don't even think your son should look just like your cousin. You know what I'm saying? And even your brother, if your son look just like your brother and you don't look like your brother, I'm just saying. You feel what I'm saying? That is crazy work.
Get started.
After Wolf's death, Atlanta police moved quickly. Demetrius Big Meech Tenori and his bodyguard, Amin Bull Height, were both arrested. Within hours of checking into a hospital with gunshot wounds, Meech had taken one to the backside.
I don't think Meech got shot in the butt. Anyway, I don't think Bull was Meech's bodyguard either. I think he was more like Meech's partner, bro. He probably just was a real stepper. He probably mind pulling that blick. You feel me?
Height was also hit. Both were treated, then booked for counts of homicide. It looked like an open and shut case. They had suspects. They had motive. They had bullets. But what they didn't have was witnesses, clubgoers, security, employees. Nobody wanted to talk because by 2003, BMF had a reputation.
They ran the
Even when
streets, bro.
police knew who was likely responsible, they couldn't prove it. Meach claimed self-defense, said Wolf and Riz ambushed him, that he was leaving the club.
And I thought they were partners.
They drew first, and he shot back. And with no witnesses,
nah,
no
Meach ain't shoot back.
no forensic
Meach ain't
gun,
shoot back. Meach ran.
prosecutors had to let the case go. The hit charges were dropped quietly. No trial, no justice.
Was his murder solved? So it's unsolved. You heard the same rumors I heard, right? I know.
Just another case swallowed up by fear, silence, and the codes of the streets. Today, there's still no one officially held responsible for Wolf's death. Rest in peace, Anthony Wolf Jones.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That crazy. It's a lot that you don't be knowing, bro. Shout out to those, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I like reacting to these documentaries, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did not know that, bro. I did not know that Diddy and Wolf, like, even though they were friends, bro, they were homies. And I did not know that Justin was allegedly Wolf's son, bro. So that means Diddy, baby mama, or girlfriend had to be letting both on crack. Bro. She probably was one of the first ones that Diddy had a freak off with, bro. Wolf probably just left something in there. But she was Diddy girl, so Diddy claimed Justin, bro. And Diddy probably got Wolf out the way, so Wolf wouldn't tell nobody Justin was his or what they were doing. I don't know. That's crazy, bro. Because I do understand that Wolf got into it with Meach, right? They were partners. I don't even understand why Wolf would even, as soon as he see Meach, like, that's your homie, supposed to be your partner. Y'all getting money together. Y'all chilling together. As soon as you see him, you dump at him. Then next thing you know, the dude who you hired from Brooklyn, from New York, you basically hired him. Or you basically referred him to Meach. You referred him to Meach that he was a real shooter, bro. You like, this my man. He got you. Come on, ain't nobody taking their job that serious. Diddy probably told that boy, hey, when you get a chance, knock Wolf off. I got some bread for you. I don't know, bro. It's a crazy story, though. But anyway, man, long live Wolf. You feel me? I know New York guys, they can be a tad bit kind of cocky, you know what I'm saying? Nothing against that, but I think his cockiness probably got him unalived. Or maybe his messing with Puff got him unalive. I don't know. Y'all drop y'all opinion on the comment section down below, man. And don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to sub it up. After you sub it up, make sure you ring that bell. After you ring that bell, make sure you hit all, because I don't need y'all to be missing these banger, folks. You feel me? 1,800 by the day, man. 2K, we on the way, man. Road to 10K. The 100K flag will be ours by the top of the year, man. 1126, man. We're gonna have 100K on this channel, no cap. You feel me? I love y'all, man. If y'all rocking out with me, though, make sure y'all rock out with all my other YouTube channels across the YouTube platform. Me and my lady finna get ready to go on vacation, man. So y'all make sure y'all tap in on that vlogging channel, tap in on my lady's channel, and go ahead and rock out with that main reaction channel, man. I be dropping, like, you know what I'm saying, things that's going on in the world, man. You feel me? Like up-to-date reaction. So tap in over there too at King Dunn Reacts. Mob life or no life. Mob well, no way, man. I know how we coming, man. OTM, we getting straight out the mud. I go by Dunn. I love y'all, man. Catch y'all on that net vid, man. Follow my gram too. Keen_7. And y'all know I'm dropping on the pyramidletters.us in a minute, so stay tuned. You feel me? I love y'all. Let's get it. Okay. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap too. I say my trap doing numbers, I just bust another jewel, got a player around the corner, hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer, got a quarter pound on me, hey. The trap doing numbers.